Hello, divine ones. This is FairieDust1111, and I'm just coming on. Just was like, bam, I'm here. And so this will actually be like a tarot reading. However, it's a like a Bible study. And for those of you guys that have been following me for a while, you know that I'm not traditional, and this is not going to be like a traditional Bible study and stuff. So I'm still trying to get used to this software and still trying to get used to how to exactly set this up. I did a live the day before yesterday, I believe it was, and using this software. And then yesterday, actually, I just did it with just recording and just pulling the cards and then just editing the video like that. So I'm going back here to see how this exactly will work, you know, testing it out. I do understand with the software you can put graphics and stuff on the screen. I have not yet figured that out. I have looked at, you know, a couple videos on how to, but I just haven't, you know, sampled that as far as yet because I'm traveling and stuff. So this is the card that came out. Oopsie, come here. Came out today. Okay. And the scripture will actually be Isaiah 43:18 through 19. So with the Six of Swords, I'll try to adjust this a little bit. So with the Six of Swords, this can mean, actually, you know what? The Spirit's telling me, hold off on that. So actually, what this is right now, it's like, I feel like with these swords being stuck into the actual boat, it's like someone that is self-sabotaging, someone that is like living in the past. They're stuck in their habits, they're stuck in their mental mind frame, and it's like, although I'm moving, am I moving in the right direction, or am I moving just to be moving? So this is like an individual that just does stuff to be doing stuff, just to say, oh yeah, I'm doing it, I'm doing something, yeah, I'm making movement, I'm making progress. But it's like almost like the rat race. So you may have a job just to have a job to pay your bills, but is that your passion? Is that your calling in your life, in your 3D existence? And so this is the energy for today. This is the message for today. And so now I'm going to move to the scripture. All right, so it's Isaiah 43:18 through 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness, streams in the wasteland. So I'm going to break this down, okay? So this is like an individual that is dwelling in the past. So for example, you may have had some pain, some memories in which you're holding on to, some habitual thought patterns and habits. And so therefore it keeps you going around. If you ever seen like a boat, and someone that is like, you know, moving the boat, but they're moving around in a circle, it keeps you in this like type of cycle, the cyclical type of energy. It's like, oh yeah, I'm moving, but all I'm doing is just moving around in a circle. Or either I find myself right back where I started. And this is what the biblical text is referring to. It's like, forget the former things. So pretty much forget what you have been taught. A lot of our habitual attitudes and things in which we act out, we have been taught. We have been taught literally verbally by our parents, by our teachers, or either just from observing the 3D circumstance, you know, in your 3D life. Like I observed that this person is acting this way, so I think that this is the way how I should act. And we pick up all of this information from when we first come here in a 3D experience by being told, no, that doesn't make any sense. Or stop acting like a kid, act your age, not your shoe size. And so the Spirit is saying, forget all that. Forget all that. Take those swords out, aka memories, aka thought processes. Take it all out. You know, patch up your boat, and then you can continue in a new direction. So forget the former things. This could also be pains. Oh, let me see. How do I send a message? This is new software, so let me try it out. Let me try it out. Let me see. Oh man. Okay, hold on. I got it covered up part of the way. Did it do it? Oh, yeah, it did it. Okay, hey. um, I'm still learning the software. Okay, so all right. So also the number 6 deals with the past anyway. And so this could also be with relationships. I hear mother healing. I've been hearing mother healing for a minute, like the feminine energy. And so this could have been dealing with the relationships with your mother, the feminine energy, the feminine archetype. This could also be dealing with romantic relationships. And so specifically for twin flames, it's like, okay, well, first of all, before you even meet your twin, 9 times out of 10, before you even meet your twin, you have had a series of other relationships. You even had a series of examples of relationships. So this could have been with your parents, or single parent, and then your single parent dating, or not even dating. Sometimes not even having another person, another energy, the opposite energy, because you have your feminine and the masculine energy around to see how to conduct yourself in a relationship. Is still gathering data. And as well, media plays a lot of influence, has a lot of influence on individuals, on the way how they perceive their 3D experience. And I'll do a whole video on how, the suppressed conscious mind and media and social programming and stuff like that. And so the spirit is saying, scrap all that. This is a new thing. This is a new thing that's coming, okay? So in order for it to move forward and move in a new direction, you have to change direction. And how you change direction is scrapping what you already learned. Because if your cup is full and full of mess, how can the spirit fill your cup up with something new, something fresh? Okay? All right, so moving on. Do not dwell on the past. Do not dwell on the past, okay? And I know it can be hard because I've been fighting through this energy. I've been taking these swords out one by one and slaying the memories, okay? Slaying that energy. Actually, on my Patreon page, I have a video that goes in depth on what is energy, how does energy work, how to protect your energy, especially as an empath, a light worker, as a twin flame, how to slay all that energy and bring in new energy in which you want to propel to move forward in a new direction. All right, so it takes work. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But guess what? As you continue to take each one of these swords out, it becomes a little more easier. All right, so let's continue. So don't dwell in the past, as well too. The spirit is wanting me to mention, sitting down in that energy, like dwelling. Think about it. When you dwell on something, it's like you continuously bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up. You find excuses to bring it up. And so the way how to, actually slay this is that when that memory comes up, when that energy, that emotion comes up, that you have to have 3 combating actions towards that energy. It's first acknowledging it, and then having 3 positive memories that you can combat it with, or phrases to actually slay that energy altogether, and then move forward. If it tries to come back up, then just change the subject. It's the same thing you would do with someone you want to ignore. You just be like, oh, okay, I just don't hear you. All right. Act like you were a teenager. You know how you used to do with your mom when you were a teenager. All right. Okay. C, I am doing a new thing. So with this C, let me explain with this C. It's not just seeing with your 3D eyes. It's like seeing beyond the physical. And this is what they call faith. I call AKA the knowing. Because with faith, it's like things are watered down, Oh, I have faith. I believe, I think, I wish, I hope. All of that is just like, to me, is like, I don't really know. Because when you know something, you act it out. For example, when you go to sit down on a chair, you know that chair is going to support your butt. So therefore, you put all of your weight on that chair. And it's the same thing with this C. It's like, I know. I call it the knowing. I know that things are changing. How do I know? Because of the spirit within me is starting to work. Well, it's been working within me, but I'm starting to feel it. And with this C, it's also about acknowledging things in your 3D experience. So I work with number sequences, symbols, animals, like anything in your 3D experience. When you open up your spiritual eyes, you will start to see that God is showing you things. And this is to let you know that you're on the right path and to keep you encouraged to move on that right path. You have to be in tune. You have to be. Otherwise, you'll be like this boat just going around in a circle, like most individuals, okay? Just going around in a circle, in a circle. All right. All right. So I'm doing a new thing. Okay. A new thing. Hold on. Hold on. I think the Spirit has something with that. A new thing. Okay. So this is the reason why the writer actually harps on the fact of forget the former things, because when you have something new that's coming in, you can damage that new thing with your old ways. For example, if I have completely new food, like for example, if I'm making a salad, I have fresh lettuce, fresh ingredients, but however, I got old, saggy, dried up, molded salad, I'm not going to mix it in together, because therefore it's going to spoil everything. And you think of that analogy, it's the same thing when it comes with energy. Energy, aka perceptions, aka emotions, what is energy, emotion, aka what people will call entities or spirits. It's all the same thing. It's just energy, okay? And so you could spoil and mess up the new things, the blessings that you have in your life by focusing on the past, which is spoiled. The past is spoiled. You can draw from it when you get to a certain level and alchemize it and make it so that it works in your favor. However, you need to just forget it. I'm going to do a whole video on how to cut energetic cords, okay? All right. So let's keep on. Okay. Moving on. Now it springs up. So springs up, you think about when you plant a seed in the ground, that the very next, like 5 minutes later, you're not going to go and dig it up. You got to give it time to grow. And so this is I've been in this type of energy, in which you like plant a seed. And this could be with romance, like you just, maybe rekindling an old romance, or this could be working on a job, on a new profession, on a new project. And then like, maybe not 5 minutes later, but like next week, I'm looking like, okay, where is it at though? Where that relationship at? Where's my divine masculine? Where he at? And the Spirit is saying, things come in cycles. So the day before yesterday, I did a video. It was a Twin Flame Star Seed Bible study, and it was out of Ecclesiastes. And Ecclesiastes, don't remember the chapter. You can go check that video out on the channel. But the Spirit was saying that everything has a season. And I was in this really like funky type of mood, like, man, when things gonna change? I was like, man, come on now, when is gonna change? When is gonna change? And then I pulled a card, and then the Libra card came out, which is all about balancing. So we're moving into the new moon in Libra, and it's all about balancing out your relationships, balancing out your money, balancing out the abundance that you have coming to you. And so the Spirit was saying that there's a time for everything. So with this, now it springs up. It's like you got to give it quote unquote time, aka you have to let the cycle go through. It's like when you plant a seed, you got to wait till the season changes. I don't like to use the word time, but the cycle passes over for it to spring up, for it to actually grow. And that's what this Spirit is saying. You got to give things time to grow. Hey, Andy, hey. You got to give it, aka time to grow. I just say it's cycle. Okay, let's continue. Do you not perceive it? So this is like, the Spirit is saying being in tune with the Spirit, being in alignment with your higher self. Your higher self will always show you things. For example, you think about, like, I was just thinking about this last night, how like I see number sequences everywhere that reminds me of my twin flame connection, reminds me of different things that I have coming towards me. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? These number sequences have always been around me. These signs and synchronicities have always been around me. But I've been in a comatose state, meaning that I wasn't in line with my higher self to notice what was going on. And so when you go through the awakening process, you start to see more and more and more of the signs and synchronicities. And you're like, oh, they're starting to pop up. No, they have always been there. It's just you haven't caught on yet. And so that's what the Spirit is saying. You do not perceive it. So it's like asking you, do you not see the signs? Do you not see the synchronicities? Do you not see everything that's all around you to keep you motivated, and it's almost like a GPS to let you know that you're on the right track? I am making a way in the wilderness. And so this is actually out of the Old Testament. This is making reference to when the Israelites was roaming in the wilderness. So they left captivity, aka captivity in the mindset, the 3D construct, being in your suppressed conscious mind. They left out of that, aka Egypt, if you will. And so it was only supposed to take them 40 days to reach the promised land. And so this is a very, very strong point with twin flames, because you have some twin flames that will be separated for like 20 years. You're like, man, 20 years, really? It took you that long to get to your boo? Took you that long to get to your divine partner? And a lot of it is karmic burning, which is aka burning the old processing and mental mind frame. However, the cycle could be sped up, though. It's because it's like when you are stuck in the wilderness, aka the suppressed mindset, what happens? You go around in that circle over and over and over. If you know the story of Moses and all them, what happened was that they were complaining, and they weren't recognizing the signs and synchronicities that God was giving them. So therefore, what they found themselves doing, they end up something that was supposed to take them only 40 days to get to the promised land, aka divine union, and all those blessings that God had for them. What ended up happening, it took them 40 years. And this is what the Spirit is talking about. And actually, with the channel message that's been coming through, like since like June or something like that, is that with this energy that's coming through, it's like almost, if you think about people that double dutch, it's like you got to find that window of opportunity to jump in and get into the flow of things. And that's like the energy that's coming up. It's like when you're a twin, you're destined to be in union. However, the only free will that you have is like how long it's going to take. And that's through karmic burning, aka like burning the 3D mental and getting in align with your higher self. And so with that being said, it's like with this energy that's coming through, you have twins, a lot of twins that are on the precipice of coming into union. They have been taking out these swords, patching up their boat, getting aligned with their GPS, aka their higher self, and moving forward. And then you have some that are still going around in a circle like this in the boat, in the middle of the ocean, going around in a circle. And then the Spirit is saying, okay, well, you just wait till the next time that your opportunity comes up, and then hopefully you'll be ready. And so that's what the Spirit is saying. I am making a way in the wilderness. So the wilderness is the 3D experience all around us, okay, and streams in the wasteland. And so streams is like water. Of course, we know that. And so the living water. So when you think that you are tired and you're fed up with the journey, that what does water do? It quenches your thirst. It gives you like a second wind, refreshment, so that way you can continue on in the journey. And so actually the Spirit wants me to bring up like an instance in which the Israelites, they were out in the wilderness, and then they didn't have any water, blah, blah, blah. And then so Moses took the staff and touched the rock, and then this water came out of the rock. And so when you think that you can't, this is not just applicable to your twin flame journey, this is applicable to anything in your 3D experience. Anything. You think that you don't have money to pay your bills? You think that you may get fired, whatever, you may have lost your home, etc. That the Spirit will always provide, as long as you stay aligned with your higher self, will always provide a way of how to have abundance, okay? How to have abundance. Hey, Crystal. Thank you. Thank God. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to pull some cards. All right. So with this number 6, you have the higher level of number 6 and the lower level of number 6. So you have two groups of twin flames. So you have the ones that are actually in the higher number of number 6, the higher level of number 6. And so in the biblical text, on the 6th day, God made man. And so that's why that number at times can be cursed, like the 666, quote unquote, the mark of the beast, which is nothing but the resistance, okay? And that's what the mark of the beast is, the resistance that is put in the 3D construct, like the maze, the matrix, if you will. Okay, and so that's the lower level of number 6, you know, the fall of man. That means coming in, falling from your divine, well, being stripped of your divinity. You're never disconnected from your divinity, but being stripped of your divinity, your godhood, falling into sin, which is nothing but you separating from your divinity, okay? And not operating out of your full divinity. But however, the higher level of number 6 is connecting to the spirit man. The number 6 can also represent man. And so connecting to the spirit man, your divine self, your higher self, and aligning, okay? And so you have some twins that are like some waves of the twins that are in alignment with their higher self. Not saying that they have everything perfectly ironed out in a 3D experience, but with that being said, is that they're learning how to master the 3D experience. They're not victims and prisoners to the 3D experience like the lower level of number 6, which is the fallen man, if you will. Okay, and so I'm going to pull cards. Sorry about the rocking of the tripod, but, you know, I still have to get another tripod. I went to Walmart and darn, I said they dropped the card. And they didn't have the piece inside the box after I bought it. I'm forever dropping cards. So that's one card. And let's get another one. Okay, wow. Okay, bam. Okay, so like how I was saying, you have the lower level, number 6. And so with the hearts, which is like the emotion, the 3D emotions. And that's the way, emotions, energy, emotion, okay? And this is the way in how you are able to magnetize things towards you, aka manifest, okay? And so with the twins and the divine ones, the star seeds, etc., that are operating in the lower level of number 6, they're in their emotions. They're in their 3D emotions. So therefore it's like they're going around, they're the ones that are going around in the boat, going around through the same cycles, you know, in the same mindset. And they feel like they're getting nowhere. It's like, oh my gosh, my biological clock is ticking. What am I going to do? Where's my divine masculine? Or where's the right man or the right woman or whatever? And so it's like they're just trapped. They're trapped in that paradigm, aka their reality. All right. And that's one set of divine ones. Then you have the other set of the divine ones. And you have here the Ace of Hearts. And so this is like being aligned with your lower heart, being aligned with your higher heart, being aligned with your divine self, your divinity. And they're operating out of that. And so therefore they have taken those swords out and they continuously fight to the 3D experience. So they make way so that boat can be led to go on the course to union. And this is unification within their selves that will lead to divine union. Okay, all right. I hear golden opportunity. So like you know, you got to be in alignment with your higher self, so that way you can see what God is doing, putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And I hear something. I'm not talking about the plane. I'm talking about, hold on, it's something else coming. And it's not the plane. Painting a masterpiece. You know, when you think about a painter, they take the paintbrush and they paint the masterpiece. When you are in the lower level of the number 6, which is being stuck in the 3D mental, it's like someone else is dictating to you what to paint. For example, others have been dictating to you what to think, how to live your lives out. You got to really get in tune with social programming and stuff. And so, and the way how to harness your energy and protect your energy. They are so focused on these swords that they don't realize that that they can take those swords out and they could dictate to their 3D experience what they want. And it's through social programming. That's okay. I'm not gonna get too much into that. All right, and so with this is like the master painter right here, the master builder. They take their tools and they create what they want. And the want, aka the desire, comes from the higher self. That's why in the Old Testament, I think it's Proverbs or something like that, in which God says that I will give you the desires of your heart. And so that's the higher heart. That's the spirit heart, from the spirit man. Okay, we have chemistry here. And I'm not reading these ones in reverse. Okay, so these are not going to be read in reverse. Okay, give me a second. All right, here. Okay, so with chemistry, alchemical processing, the Spirit has been mentioning this repeatedly. And this deals with the mindset, the way how you process information, the balancing of the chemicals. This is explaining the way how emotions, energy, emotion works in the scientific terminology and stuff. So when they may say that, okay, this person has a chemical imbalance, we need to give them medicine and all that stuff like that, because they may have depression or they may be schizophrenic or whatever. It's because of the chemicals in the brain are out of balance. And so this could be speaking to diet, whatever, but it's more so speaking into this hindering type of mentality. They're focusing on the swords, okay? And so with this alchemical processing, and this is the energies that are coming through that one can work with, keyword can work with, okay, if they choose to work with it, and so they can change not only just their health and their physical appearance, but they can change the way how they process information, okay? And it's really your decision how the way you process information. Now, granted, like you were a child or, you just didn't know, but once you know, they say when you know better, you do better. So you have control over your mental state. You do. Now, it may be a process to get to harnessing that control, but for all of your life, you have been on a suppressed conscious mindset. You've been taught that you're not in control of your destiny. You're like, they may have those phrases, and sometimes people just like hear the phrase, and they're like, oh yeah, I am, but yet they're still going around in the boat, around and around and around in that circle, because they're not really tapping in. And this is also tapping in. And so with playfulness, this is also, to me, in this reading, it feels like faith, aka the knowing. It's like I am in alignment with my higher self, and I know where I'm going, and I'm there. Like, not all the time I need to actually row my boat. Sometimes I just chill and I just relax and let the current take me to where I'm supposed to go. And that's like the knowing. It's like, I'm just here. I'm good. I'm going where I'm supposed to be going. So let me pull. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is actually referring to, give me a second. All right. I really feel like someone is still like carrying a sense of heaviness and depression. And it's like, I feel like an inward battle, like, okay, yeah, I got this. And then the next moment they turn around like, man, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And it's like this inward battle of the energies within themselves. And so this is also with this Libra and the new moon in Libra about, balancing the energies. And so I'm going to tell you like how to, some of the ways, because I don't want to make the video too long, of how to combat energies, aka perceptions. Energies, perceptions, angels, spirits, blah blah blah. It's all the same thing. It's all energy. Okay, so take this as energies. You have the positive energy, the knowing energy, like, oh yeah, I got this, I'm optimistic. And then you have the pessimistic energy, or the hindering type of energy, which I call like the resistance. And they are constantly in battle. And this is also speaking to the chemicals and the chemical processing, the way how individuals process information. And it's like, how do I turn this around? How do I take the optimism, the knowing, and turn it around and beat down the resistance? And so it's a step-by-step process. So a lot of times people are intimidated by running a marathon. But what is running a marathon? It's a series of small steps that are put together until you cross a finish line. And so it's like being present in the moment. And so the Spirit has been, sort of bringing this up every once in a while about what they call chakras. I call energetic portals. And so with those energetic portals, you have the ability to go into the future or into the past, aka trying to live in the future and trying to live in the past. And a portal from the pleasure to the pain. And so some people want to, only reside in pleasure, and some people want to live in pain. And so by balancing your energetic portals, what they call chakras, it's like you're being grounded in the moment. And so when you're present in the moment, therefore you can take control of the moment. So if I'm daydreaming about the future, it's nothing wrong with tapping in, and trying to create your reality every once in a while, but not living in the future. Like, oh, I can't wait till this moment is over. I can't wait to get off of work. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. Guess what? You're always living in the future. You're not paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that are, and the energies in which you can work with to create your next moment. Because the moment that you're in, you're creating the next moment. And the previous moment before that, you created that moment, the previous moment before that. So that's the reason why coming into alignment, grounding, being in the moment is very, very important. Because with this energy comes through in which they're trying to, the pessimism, negative opposing energies come through, you can take notice of it and you can address it right then and right there. And then you keep doing that over and over again. Guess what? That energy eventually will fleet away from you every time, because you're taking a stance against it. And so this is the scripture that comes to mind is, "Get ye behind me, Satan." So I had to do a video on who Satan is. Satan is nothing but the resistance. It's nothing but the 3D resistance. That's all. And what is resistance? Resistance is to build muscle, to build strength, to bring out the best in you. It's no different than when you go to the gym and you put resistance, which is weights on the bar, or either the resistance band around your legs to, strengthen your legs and stuff. And so that's all it is. It's just here to strengthen you and condition you and bring out the best in you, bring out those spiritual gifts to cause you to go to the alignment process, align with your higher self. So therefore you can trample over the resistance. That's all that Satan is. That's all that the biblical text was referring to. So it's like to put that behind you so you can move forward and you can start to beat down the resistance. And you can start to really align with your higher self and transcend and magnetize what you really want in your life. So I'm going to pull a rune. And for you guys that are watching, if you can hit the like button, that would be great. Because the more likes and, what do they call it? Likes and comments, that's what it is, that a video has, the more that YouTube will actually push it. And so this information can reach, more divine ones. All right, this one has sort of kind of chipped. But this one is 777. That's one. But I'm going to pick another one. And, okay, stop. All right. So, with this stop, it's like stop, be present in the moment, and realize and take in what's going on in the moment. Being in the moment is very, very key. Another exercise that I do when I see a sign of synchronicity, at first I used to just notice it, and then I would sort of like smile. And then after a while, that became so frequently that I would just I would notice it, but I would continue in my own thoughts. And so it was sort of like, ignoring it to a sense. So imagine if someone is standing in front of you and they're talking and you look at them, but then you look off. It's like that. And so what the Spirit had me to do is like when you receive a sign or synchronicity, to thank God or thank the Spirit, whatever you want to, say, and show the attitude of gratitude, because it's like that is going to put you in a different type of mindset state, and not being pessimistic and being prisoner to the 3D experience, but actually taking harness and be like, you know what? That was just a sign of synchronicity. That shows me that I'm on the right path. And guess what? Things are coming together. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, whatever you want to put in the blank. And then that will, it's like giving a sucker punch or a drop kick to the resistance, if you will. And so that's a technique I've been doing, and that has helped a lot with being present in the moment and also combating the resistance. It's nothing but an energy battle that goes on. And so, which energy will actually win? If you being present in each moment and you are, knocking out the resistance, or the resistance, then you are actually winning in each moment, and you are magnetizing things to you in which you want. And so with this 777, the number 7 deals with angelic, celestial, and divine communication. And so one of the channel messages that were coming through in the readings, I think from last week or the week before, I don't remember. Anyway, it was a channel message, okay? I don't keep up with time, and anyways, it was a channel message. And so 3 7s came through. This happened in personal readings as well as in the twin flame readings, and I think it was an astrological reading too, where 3 7s came through. And this is called the aspect of the learning triangle. So the spirit had me to line those 3 7s like this. And this was like what the spirit has been referring to as the 717 portal, about this energy that's coming through with these DNA activations and spiritual gift activations that have been laying dormant for the divine ones that are coming through. And for specific twins, it's like these special activities. So when they come together and consummate their union, they will therefore unlock certain spiritual gifts. And it's like I see like a medallion, but I also see like the pole with those 2 snakes that come up it, and they meet together, and it's like almost like what is that show called, Power Rangers, when they come together, do activation. And so it's like that. It's like this special type of activation in which they can go out and it's like they've been quantum, that show, the older show Quantum Leap. It's like they've been propelled forward so many ages ahead of other individuals. And so and this is with their spiritual gifts, with their wisdom, with their knowledge, that 613 type of knowledge, higher wisdom, higher knowledge that is coming through. Okay. And so it's open. Who's gonna catch it? This could be like a little baseball mitt that you're catching all that energy, like, oh, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna turn my boat around and go the right way. I'm going to do as much as possible as I can while these energies are coming through. But this portal is open, and so it's open. I don't know if it's like open for a period of time, or a cycle or something like that. Sorry, you guys. I will have to seek the spirit about that. But that was the channel message that was coming through, and so it's about catching those energies and utilize them. You utilize those energies, that wisdom that is coming through. Take these swords out, let me patch my boat up, and let me add a little speed boat thing on the back of here, and let me propel myself forward. It's like a quantum leap. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, I'll take some questions if you have any. I don't know, so you could like type them right there. And then I don't know if this has like a scroll. Oh, it does have a scroll back. Okay. Oh, hey. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let me see if it's any. A lot of times when I don't look at the screen, especially if I'm channeling. Libra card. Morning. How? Okay. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank God. Thank you. Trying to catch up on the subject. Okay. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll wait like a few minutes to see if you have any questions, but we do have passion here. Stay optimistic. Give your relationship a chance. Reconciliation. All of this is just like flowing. Okay. And hey, and even with separation, which will actually lead to wedding. All right. So there we go. This is just like all just sitting there just waiting, like, hey, come and pick me up. So passion, what is passion? Passion is zeal. Passion is like, it can also be synonymous with the Holy Spirit, that unquenchable fire that will keep you going when you thought that you couldn't go. This is also the torch, the illuminator. And so where you thought you were going to be lost, it's like putting you on your right direction. It's like, oh, okay, I know where to go now. And you may, this is the thing too, you know, people always ask me this, like from my second soulmate, not my twin flame, but my second soulmate, my ex, will ask me, so what you gonna do? How you gonna make it happen? Or or what is the plan? You know, he's a Capricorn, so he's very logical. And also he has a strong spiritual sense to him now. But anyways, and then other people will ask me, like, what do you plan to do? How you plan to obtain this goal, you know? And I was like, well, you know what? I have a couple ideas, but however, I just know that it's going to happen. And certain things, you just know that it's going to happen. You don't have to have a human explanation, like a business plan. And this is another thing too, like for anybody that may be in business or even just for your life anyway, like the whole business plan idea and module, yeah, that's cool. But it's like a lot. They have a section in the business plan. It's like about market research and about how do you plan on obtaining new customers and what are the numbers, what are the projected numbers based on your market research, blah blah blah. And it's like that data. First of all, it's just hypothesis. It's not set in stone. So that's the reason why I don't really like business plans. Is like, you know, it's all just like, I guess it can help lead a person, but if you have the spirit, you don't the business plan is the spirit. The spirit will let you know when the time comes on what to do and how to do it. You know, so you know, so stay optimistic. That's about having the knowing, aka the faith. You know, I know that this is going to work out. I have the spirit that will show me what to do. Give your relationship a chance. So that this is saying this. This is like a double thing. It's like with the spirit, it's like give the spirit a chance first off, but also with your twin flame connection. And it doesn't mean for you to go out and physically do something. It means for you to continue to align with your higher self. Reconciliation. This could be actually with that mother healing that I was talking about at the very beginning. You know, reconciling relationships, and it doesn't always mean taking action, like as far as like, let me go and call somebody. Sometimes it's just healing within yourself, because you don't realize you may have underlying resentment towards someone. And so therefore, when you come together, it's like this type of energy under the surface. You may feel uneasy, and energy, it doesn't lie, okay? Because that's that's God trying to get your attention. All right, so express your love. This is also with this reconciliation. And express your love, people always think, you know, you got to go do something physical. This is not talking about something physical. This is talking about that inner work. You know, people would like to use the scripture, faith without works is dead. But they think, oh, well, that means I got to go out and go do this and go do that, blah, 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 and do a whole lot of stuff. But it doesn't mean that necessarily. What it means is first you need to do that inner work. That's the key right there. Because otherwise you're just on a treadmill. You're just running nowhere fast. You're just doing the same things with your same old mental processing that's getting you just going around in a circle in this boat. It's going around in a circle, chasing your tail, or your back end of your boat, whatever you want to call it. And so it's like doing that inner work, separation. And so this means is like, only because you may, you know, with this is more so speaking of like taking control and grabbing the bull by the horns. Like, why do you have to force the bull to do what you want it to do? You know, that's not operating out of unconditional love, trying to force something to do what you want it to do. That's being out of alignment. Do you like for people or things to force you to do stuff? You don't like that either. You feel like you're being controlled. You feel like you're being manipulated. You feel like you're not being really loved to the fullness of yourself. And this is the same thing with your twin flame journey. The same thing with anything that may be happening in your life. You know, you can let things come to you, flow to you a lot of times when you do that inner work. And then wedding, this is like coming together. And so this is literally speaking to a lot of the twins that are on the precipice of coming into divine union and consummating and unlocking a lot of those other spiritual gifts that have been laying dormant. But this is also talking about the reconciliation, the wedding, divine wedding within yourself. Okay? And that's what's really, really important, though, because otherwise, if you got two unbalanced individuals that come together, they're just going to continue to unbalance each other. They're just going to continue, to rock the boat. And I don't mean rock the boat in a good way, I'm talking about they're going to rock the boat, like two people fighting on a little boat. They're going to end up tipping it over, But if you have two, well-balanced individuals in a boat, they can just ride along. And I actually, let me see if I can't find, for visual sakes, I'm gonna try to find this. There we go, that honeymoon card. Now you see the angel, the angelic presence, and you see how they're just sitting right there, and they just enjoying the ride. They're letting the spirit lead and guide their relationship. The boat is like the relationship, and the relationship, aka ministry, the mission. They are just riding along there, just like, oh, babe, you see that over there? You see that bird on that tree? Yeah, we're having tea, sitting on the boat, just floating along. And so it's like being in peace and in harmony. But imagine if these two individuals, they were on the boat, standing up, arguing, rocking the boat, and then the boat going to flip over, and they're not going anywhere besides in the water and getting wet. All right, you guys, if you haven't hit the like button, if you could hit the like button, that would be very much appreciated. And you can also visit my Patreon page. For a little as $1.11 a month, you have access to different information. A lot of times I post things over there first before I post it over here. Actually, I have 3 videos that I haven't posted over here, and I'm about to add some more information over there. And depending on the tier in which you join under, I do a free reading each month for you, for supporting the mission. And this also helps support like little labs like this and coming on, as well as the community continues to grow over there, that I'll be able to do other things. I want to start a podcast and really reach out more to the divine ones on different aspects, different planes and stuff. So you can check that out. I will have that link down below. It may be on somewhere on here. It's supposed to be on the screen, but on my side I don't see it, so it could be there for you guys. I don't know. And for those that have given the 613 higher wisdom, higher knowledge energetic exchange, also known as a donation, that will be linked down below. This is for people that I'm posting after this live, but if not, you can go to my about page and you can find that. You can also find me on Instagram as well as Facebook, but I don't post really on Facebook. I just use it for the messenger. If you want to send me a successful Sunday story, that I started this new series called Successful Sundays, in which you can share like a story that you have manifested something, or either it could be from a family member or somebody else, and we want to raise our vibration so we can start to manifest even more. And let me see, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you can receive notifications when I go live. And anything else? Oh, if you are looking for personal readings, and I'm starting to do like twin flame counselings and all that good jazz, that link will also be down below. But if you're watching live, you may have to go to my about page until the video processes, and I can post those links. Check out the other Twin Flame Starseed Bible studies. It's been a lot of channel information that's been coming through that portal, that avenue, if you will, whatever you want to call it, using the scripture. So just as a reminder, today's scripture was Isaiah 43:18-19. And I do encourage you to rewind the video back if you did miss it, because the spirit just be working. I'm not a traditional type of person, so I'm not going to give it to you the way how other individuals give it to you. That regurgitated information, this is all directly from the spirit. Thank you, spirit, for it. And I really do praise God for this ministry. And I thank you guys so much. I thank you for tuning in. I thank those that have watched this afterwards. I really do appreciate it. And I see us going so many places. Like, I see us just aligning and working so much light that we're blinding people. People got to put their shades on. Like, dang, look at you. Was that it? Yeah, 43, yep, Isaiah 43:18-19. You got it exactly right. And let me scroll to see if it was any questions, because a lot of times I look off. I don't look at the camera. Let me slide this over so I can see this. Okay. Just focus on God, pray your way through, and ask the Holy Spirit for God. Yep, that's exactly right, Grace. That's exactly right. The response and loving forgiveness, true within. I recently told my friend that I forgive him. The email. Yep. All right. Come on in our message. My ex, my twin, I forgave him. To be, yeah. Oh, you guys are so beautiful. I really appreciate it. Oh, I love that. Oh, you got a double rainbow. Okay. All right, that's that 1010. Oh, yes. Yeah, we got that. We got that going on. You know, so each one of us has such a special mission. For the confirmation. Oh, you're welcome. I really do appreciate it. Oh, what is this? Oh, oh, what in the world's going on? What happened? What did just happen? What happened just now?